That was almost as good as your students earlier today. You just quieted down. Well, good evening. My name is Jacob Holt. I'm the principal here at Bret Harte High School. I appreciate you being here tonight. A little known secret is this is my favorite night. This is where I get to see the excitement from the students and once again remind me just what amazing community we have. The fact that you are all out here and we have very few that aren't able to come is just, it astounds me, and it shows me why our students are so successful at our schools, and it's because of this involvement and support that you bring. So thank you for being here tonight. There's a number of things that we're going to talk a little bit about in here. I'm not going to keep you in here for too long, just to give you an idea of what to expect for the remainder of the night. I'll give you a little bit of an idea of what your students were able to participate in today. But before we do that, I want to, if this is your first time having a student at Bret Harte High School, or if this is your 15th time having I don't know who that would be, but if this is multiple times that you've had a student here at Bret Harte High School, this is going to be a new experience for you. No year is the same, and no graduating class will have the same experience. It's going to be its own feel. So I'm going to cue up a little video here that is produced by our students in Mr. Dugan's multimedia class. So all these shots, these video shots, the editing, all done by our students right here. And it looks professional because the work that we're able to help our students do is amazing quality work. And so we'll do that, and then I'll talk a little bit about some of the things that you've been handed over to you, and then we'll talk a little bit about some of the activities that we want you and your students to participate in. So please enjoy this video made by Mr. Dugan's multimedia class.
Today is March 15th, 2023. On June 4th, 2027, you will graduate high school. March 15th, June 4th, important numbers. But what really matters is what happens in between.
All right, so what we have here, which you got to see very quick snippets of, is some of the great things that we have here at Bret Harte High School, and we're a small school. And in order to do things like this, it takes a tremendous amount of planning and work. And there's some people I like to thank and introduce you to, if you don't know them already. A lot of that is dictated and protected by our school board and our superintendent. So tonight we have, they're scattered about, I think they're over here to my right, your left. Our superintendent, Scott Nanick, and our board members, Sheila Kerpin, Dr. Orman, Kelly Sen, Gail Bungie, and I don't believe Nick Valente is able to join us right now, but he's our other board member. To be able to offer the school experience that we have is not, one, it's not inexpensive, and it's difficult, and it requires a tremendous amount of dedication from these people to be able to help us maintain these programs and keep these going, because they offer an incredible experience for our students and an opportunity that many small schools simply do not have. And so I'm grateful for that dedication that they have to be able to provide these opportunities for our students. Some of these opportunities are what your students are getting an opportunity to look at today. So in the little packet you have, I don't need you to open it up because you might lose some things, but you'll see a little map. And the reason I'm pointing this out to you is this is what the students were touring around and looking at today. Specifically, they were looking at these down here in the bottom. those programs. They were looking at our ag programs, our elective programs, art and welding and auto, our wellness program, our leadership program. These are things that we've through a lot of dedication, hard work, and sometimes difficult decision making have been able to maintain at Bret Harte. And so these are the things that your students will be able to choose to take. They'll take some classes that every student takes. They'll be enrolled into English and into math and into English science. They'll be in freshman requirements, PE. But then they get to take those elective classes that add those special experiences that what we typically remember about high school. Some of the other pieces in your little packet are some things that help guide you on how to guide your students in their decision making, on what classes to take or what things to prepare for. After tonight, and here in the theater, we're going to go over to the multi-purpose room. We have tables set up there, so you can ask questions about specific programs. You want to learn more about sports or clubs. You want to learn more about some of our academic programs or FFA. We'll have opportunities. We'll have our teachers over there, and you can ask them those questions and get those answers. But before we do that, I asked our athletic director, Mr. Brian Barnett, to be here tonight to talk a little bit about sports. This is one of the main areas of focus and highlights, and certainly right now one of those things that brings the community together and gets us excited. So I wanted Mr. Barnett to be here to talk a little bit about sports and what to expect as we move into CIF level sports.
All right, everybody. Oh, man. Let's go Bullfrogs. Oh, man, the kids were so much more on it than you guys. Let's try that again. Let's go Bullfrogs. All right, there we go. Now you're officially a Bret Harte parent, right? Okay, so looking at what we have here, if we click, I'm the athletic director. My door is open. It's my classroom, room 43. Right now at Bret Harte, we are moving really fast, and we have some really good things happening. We've got a back-to-back section championship girls cross country. We have a section championship in wrestling, and if you guys were not aware, we just won a girls basketball state championship. So we have a lot of momentum moving forward, and we hope that your kids are coming in and they are joining the athletic programs here at Bret Harte. We have a mission statement, which basically is we're trying to give your kids an experience where they're learning through enthusiasm, hard work, integrity, determination, and a bunch of things through their sports. And then our vision is that they will use all those characteristics to take into their everyday life and in their school. We have lots of programs on campus. So in your packet that you guys have, you have a, not a survey, but like a, gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the word, is that if you want to play, you can click or fill that out, turn that in. So if you want to play, if your interest sheet is for football, you check the football box. Doesn't mean that your kid is going to play football. They're not locked into that. It just gets us and gives us the information to give to our coaches. You see all the programs we have. Some people don't know we have girls golf. Some people don't know we have water polo, and we have swimming. We have an esports team. All are embedded in our athletics program. So based on our CIF, and this is one of the reasons why it's important for me to speak, is that CIF is our governing board for athletics in the state of California. We are not allowed, I am the varsity boys basketball coach in charge of the program. I am actually not allowed to talk with boys, 8th graders, and I'm not to go out and talk to them until they graduate 8th grade. So tonight when you go over there, you can come and ask me questions as the athletic director about certain programs, but your coaches will not be here on campus tonight because it is actually a violation of CIF protocol. So if we switch to the next slide here, your athletes or students are coming in fully eligible to play right from the start if they are a fall athlete. But as soon as that is their probation period until the end of our first quarter, and once they hit that first quarter in October, that's when academic ineligibility starts. Okay, that is that is based on CIF protocols. This is no longer rec league. We have to adhere to what CIF says, and they have to have 2.0, be enrolled in 20 units towards graduation, and basic things towards athletics. Your students are going to need a physical. They're going to need to be registered on Sportsnet. And on May 24th, Wednesday, we have set up a day at Dignity Health across the street for you guys to get that taken care of right towards the end of the school year. You can get your physical done. You can get your registration at Bret Hart, and you can be ready to go into athletics on June 1st. We have many programs on campus that start and do summer stuff. Myself, basketball. If we change to the next slide, we have basketball, volleyball, water polo, boys and girls basketball, football, and some of the other programs are jumping on board, and they start with summer programs. Just for example, my boys basketball team will play 15 games in the month of June in a summer league. So if you are a freshman that wants to play basketball and you want to get used to it, it is not mandatory. If you don't play during the summer, it does not mean that you're not going to be able to play during the winter and all the other sports, but it does give you a kind of a step in the right direction because you're learning who your coaches are and learning the system early. Volleyball is the same thing. We have clinics, and same thing with girls basketball. We have clinics that we hope the boys and girls, that depending on the sport, help out. We have many things that are in place that you have to attend school. You have to wear game day attire. When you sign your paper, you're agreeing that you want to look good, feel good, play good. That's what we're looking at. And basically, that's where our athletics are going. If you have questions tonight, you can come see me at the athletics table. If you're questioning about any sport or you didn't know we had something to say, hey, I want to hear about this, your coaches will start to reach out to you guys right around June and start getting you guys ready for anything that we have in summer or within a month of the season starting. So you will have concussion protocols. There's lots of things that you will see in your packet. In your packet is that interest form that you will want to fill out and just hand in to me. Again, if you hand that in, it doesn't mean that your child is set to play boys basketball or water polo. It's just an interest, so our coaches can contact you. I, as the athletic director, will get that information to your coaches. We're also going to try something on my table. We have a QR code that's linked to a Google form, so you can do that and just check that, and then on your way out, you can actually fill that out at home once you guys do that. So those are some things that we'll have in athletics. If you have questions, maybe I can answer in front of everybody right now. If not, you can individually come up to my table, check out the state championship trophy. It's there. So it's there, and anybody have any questions? It's really hard to see. All right, if not, then I will see you guys at my table. So thank you, and welcome to Bret Hart.
All right, so before I let you go, one last little thing I'd like to let you know. Mr. Barnett there talked about, he's a basketball coach, so he's talking about his basketball program. But one thing I want you to know is that's not entirely unique. Once you get into high school, especially our high school, there's always something to do. And we do that on purpose. We want this to be representative of what our students' desires are, what they want to do after high school, what they're looking forward to. And that doesn't just happen between 8 and 3. So much of the high school experience happens after 3 o'clock, after that last bell rings, and you get going on all these other activities that add to that experience. And so one thing I told your students today, I will tell them this every time I see them, is this high school is for them, and there's a place for them. And if for some reason there isn't one, we'll build a place for them. We want this to be an experience that every student loves, that looks back and says, this was a good 4 years that set me on a path for success and happiness. That's our goal. We have so many things ready for them, so many supports, and we're just ready to cheer them on and see what they can do. Like I said, every year is a fresh start. The graduating class of 2027, which if this is your first young one in high school, that's going to be here very soon. I promise you. It's sooner than you want to think about it. Sometimes you want it to get here sooner, but when it's here, you don't want it to be here. And they're going to look back on those 4 years. They're going to be grateful for those 4 years, and they're going to be grateful for the support that you've given them. You started off here tonight. That's the best place you can be. When we go over to the multi-purpose room, ask questions, find out about programs. Even if this is your 15th time here, find out more. Next year is going to be different, and then the year after that is going to be different. Every year we're looking for a way to improve our support for our students. And so, like I told the students, and I'm telling you now, if there's something that you feel like we can provide better for your student, please talk to us. We want to know, and we want to be able to build that so that we can make sure that every student is successful. This is a great place because of this community. I'm grateful for you to be here. So we'll go ahead and, if you don't know, we'll go out the way you came in, and this turn right. The NPR is just right there. If you have any questions, there's people around that can guide you. I'll be around. Be happy to see you, chat with you. Thank you for being here tonight.